So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Ayla. I really just am into makeup. I spend all my money on makeup. I love reviewing, different types of makeup or makeup products, skincare products. So I just decided to do a YouTube channel, which I'm really just kind of regretting it right now. I just feel like my mind is at a million miles an hour. I feel like this video is very overdue. So I just decided to go ahead and show you guys how I do my everyday routine. So it's about 2:30 right now. I have work at 5, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start to get ready so I can go ahead and kind of take my time and tell you guys all the products that I am using, which majority of them are very affordable. I try to go for the more affordable side. I feel like a lot of brands right now like e.l.f., Morphe, those products are definitely killing it with the affordability and the ability to make makeup look amazing. I remember when I first started, I was all about, oh, Anastasia, Beverly Hills, which I still use their stuff, but I feel like most of their stuff is not worth it compared to some of the stuff that you can find at Target, Ulta. But yeah, so I just decided to kind of go ahead, make a video like this. I know I have a lot of friends like, oh, have you tried this? Like, do you recommend it? And, I just give them my honest opinion. So I'm like, let's go ahead, let's do it up. I want to go ahead and make some videos. But I've always just been afraid of failure. But my mom told me, and my boyfriend, pretty much everybody that I know has told me, you can't be afraid of failure, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I don't really trust the back of my ears. I'm going to go ahead and clip my hair back. I'm just using these little clips that I got at Sally's. This is one of the miniature ones, and I really do like these a lot. So I like just to clip my hair back. I feel like this didn't really clip back very well. Oh my gosh, Ayla. Already kind of sucking. Okay, now that we look like a little Amish girl. So what I like to do, my face is completely clean. I went ahead, cleaned it last night. Why do I keep saying clean? I mean, I washed it. Skincare is very important to me just because a couple years ago I broke out into horrible acne cysts, and I felt like, I just hated the way I looked without makeup, and I don't want that to ever happen again, so I'm very big into it. The only thing I have on my face right now is a tanning lotion from Ulta, and it's only $8 if you need a good glow during the winter months, because I know if I try to get into a tanning bed, my mom's gonna kill me. But anyways, so the first step that I like to do is I like to take Witch Hazel, the facial toner by Thayer's. I can't even pronounce it right, but I like to use this. I like to really lather it on there with just a little cotton pad, and it really preps my face before I put any makeup on, and it really gives it a nice little cooling sensation. So I go ahead and I just put this everywhere. I did take out my piercings. I do have a double piercing for those of you who do not know me. I took those out just so I could really get like in my nose, because right here on my nose, on my T-zone during the winter months is so dry, but I really like to get in there with any kind of like primer or moisturizer. So I'm just gonna put this all over my neck, because you gotta bring the foundation and the powder to your neck just in case we're mismatching. Okay, so now that that is done, I like to really just dry a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my Pixi Hydrating Milky Mask. You can find this at Target. I believe it was $14 when I bought it. I bought it because I've seen a lot of Pixi products, and I feel like they're really good. They're very natural, very won't break me out. They're still kind of pricey though, especially for being at Target. Like, most of their products are like $15 and above, so I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want to spend my money on that, because broke girl problems. I'm just kidding. So you're going to go ahead and spray that everywhere just to give it some more hydration. One important thing that girls do not realize, even if you have oily skin, during the summer or like fall, spring, I have the most oily skin, even in the winter time, just because like right now my T-zone is very dry. I have a combination skin. you have to really moisturize, because if you don't, it's just gonna make it even more more oily. I guess that's a good way to say it, but you really want to make sure you moisturize, and especially if your skin's losing all that moisture, it's gonna definitely break out. So I recommend definitely moisturizing it, hydrating it as much as you can before you put any makeup on. So then I'm going to go in with Cetaphil. For this big tub, I think it was like at least $10, but I've had it for a couple months now. You just take like a little pump. I have a piece of hair on me. Oh. So you just take about that much. You just put it everywhere on your skin. This is a good lotion too to put on your dry skin, but it is good to use on your face. I've seen a lot of people use it. They recommend it. I do have a lot more moisturizers than this, but I just want to kind of show you guys what I use every day. Sometimes I like to switch it up and use other moisturizers, but this is my daily go-to. And then people are going to realize, oh, no wonder why Ayla doesn't really like to put makeup on anymore, because it's a daily chore. See, like I said, this part of my nose really gets dry during the winter months, so I'm really trying to get that in there, massage that in there. Okay, now that we have done that, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. I don't know what primer I want to use today. A lot of my go-to primers are really a lot of e.l.f. primers. I really love e.l.f.'s formula. I have used e.l.f. since I was like a freshman in high school when I really got into makeup, which more on that later. But I definitely have been experimenting a lot with e.l.f. products, which I will describe that later. But today I'm going to use the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. This is what it looks like. Actually, it will focus on it. It's not going to focus, but that's okay. It looks white on the inside. But you can buy this literally Ulta, Walmart, Target. I love this formula, plus I love playing with it, to be honest. You're going to put this on everywhere. It goes on white. It kind of does leave your face looking a little pale, but that's okay, because you're just going to put foundation on afterwards. Just kind of lather that up. Like I said, I really like to go into the nose. And then I'm just going to drag this down. My roots are atrocious, but that's okay. I can dye them anytime. Okay, so now that that has been put on my face, I really love this formula. They do have just a regular matte, like not even matte, it's just putty primer. I recommend it for women that don't really have oily skin, just because I tried it and my foundation just moved everywhere, especially on my nose. This formula though, my foundation really hasn't moved, so kudos to e.l.f. for coming out with that. They do have like this luminous putty primer. I don't like the oily skin type just because my skin is already so freaking oily. I try to stay away from that. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with my Morphe foundation. I am obsessed with this because, let me just tell you, I am bougie compared to no other. I love expensive foundation because my skin breaks out whenever I use cheap foundation. That's just my skin. I don't like to break out. I don't want zits all over my face. So I love this formula because I loved using MAC foundation, and MAC foundation lasted me all the time. It was full coverage. Like, you had sometimes I have redness under my cheeks, and then you can kind of see it right now, but it's not as bad today. But I'll have redness kind of under my cheeks, and it will cover that up. This bad boy does the same job. MAC, I would never break out or anything. I love the smell of it too. I'm weird like that. But this one, it does the exact same thing. I don't really care for the smell, but this bad boy, it is so much cheaper because MAC, I love it when it comes to photos or anything like that. You just look really flawless in it. But this does the same job, and MAC is $30, and then this is $18. But for all of you beauty geeks out there and people who love Ulta as much as I do, they always have a sale page, and this is always on sale for like at least $9. So just go in there and find your match, and then go on Ulta's sale website, and then it's $9. You can't, Morphe is the best out there. I'm like so biased. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead. The only negative part, like, it leaks all the time, and I haven't traveled with this in forever. So I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender. Well, it's a beauty sponge because it's Morphe. I really like this because it's really soft. You know, even compared to beauty, like actual beauty blender, I'm not spending $20 on a little sponge. Let's just be real for a second. And I just got into beauty blenders just because I use my hands, because that's what my mom taught me. Thanks, Sonny Shaw. But I really would get in there, and I feel like it was more full coverage compared to a sponge. I would use sponges back in the day, but I'd only use it dry. Get it wet. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Get it wet. So I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender. You want it damp. You just want to feel the wetness. I'm going to go in. Put little dots everywhere. Yeah, just one pat. Okay, so now that my foundation has set, sorry, it's just a little itchy. Now that that has been set, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. So the concealer that I'm using today is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I do recommend this. A lot of people have said that they compare it to Tarte. I can't even think of what it's called, but they compare it to Tarte. It is that good. So when I take it out, this is how big the applicator looks. Like, it's pretty big compared to other concealers that I like. If I'm ever feeling a little bougie, sometimes, like if I want a little brightness, I will grab my Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. This is what it looks like. It's way too light for my skin, unless like I don't put my tanning lotion on, then it really does, it does well, and I love the formula of it. But I love this so much. So I don't really put a lot on because a little goes a long way. I just like to pat that on there, and then I kind of drag it down to my moustache. But I just really listen, guys, you don't have to tell me how stupid I look like this. I know it looks stupid. Well, I did forget my eyes because I really do like to put concealer on my eyes because it's a good eyeshadow primer. I look like wee wee, but so I'm not gonna lie, I really suck at picking out a good foundation, a good concealer for my skin, especially, like, I don't know, I really tend to really go to the lighter ones. Don't know why. I mean, it's not too bad right now because we haven't done the rest of the face, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Magic Star loose powder. I do really like this. Not gonna lie, I don't like spending the money on it. It's like $30. See, hold on, I'm gonna pause. My parents are really, like, I didn't really want to start this YouTube channel because I knew once I were to tell you guys, oh, I spent this much on it, I'm gonna get a text from my dad, I'm gonna get a text from my sister and my mom and be like, this is where your money goes. Sorry guys, it's a fun hobby to do. But anyways, so I spent $30 on this. My boyfriend actually saw that I was running low on it, so he got me more for Christmas. It did last me for a long time. I think I got this like in the summertime, and I still have a little bit left from the first one that I bought, but I can never get all the product out. So my boyfriend bought me more for Christmas. God bless his soul. I talk about way too much makeup in front of him. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm not baking yet, I'm just gonna go ahead and dab the powder in just to kind of set the concealer. You don't want any creases. Okay. And with this, I am gonna go ahead and take like a little eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna go in with my JS5 Jeffree Star X Morphe brush. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this like all over my eyelids. Sorry, I have like two mirrors going on. I kind of feel like you guys are gonna be like, she has no idea. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes people are gonna be like, that's not how you put this. No, okay, I don't care. Like, this is just me. This is how I do it. This is how I find it helpful. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go ahead, because it's already creasing on my eyelids. I have a really big problem. I don't know. I have a lot of eyelid rolls. They aren't very big. Okay. Okay, so now that I put some powder, it's looking good. Hold on. Because I hate when it creases underneath my nose. I don't like that. Shoot. I'm just going to dab that off real quick. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to contour the face, give it a nice little defined shadow going on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm obsessed with this palette, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go in with my NYX contour palette. I really do compare this to like Kat Von D's contour palette. I don't really use her stuff anymore because I don't support somebody who doesn't want to not vaccinate their children. Don't come on here and be like, vaccinations are toxic to you, because they're really not. Like, I was in the military. I mean, I still kind of am, but I was in. And let me tell you how many freaking vaccinations that I got. I had like 10 in basic, okay? I'm still alive. Not dying of some deadly disease, you know? So anyways, but I really liked her contour palettes for the longest time. They were so soft. They were the best shades for me. This is literally exactly like it. I mean, it was like $25, but if I were to do somebody else's makeup that has a darker complexion, I have darker colors on here. I don't really use these just because I do the baking and everything, but if I were to ever run out of like some setting powder, well, let's be real, I have like 5 different setting powders in there. I just have this as an option. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade, and I'm gonna go ahead and start sculpting my nose. I really like to go under because I feel like when I smile, my nose kind of goes down. So I like to put some under my nose, just a nice little illusion. So then I'm gonna fan this out, make it very straight. Oh, what doctor did you go to for your nose job? Myself. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that. I just went in with like this little flat kind of brush. It's not very too flat. Don't know if you guys can see it. It's just a little mermaid brush that I got on Amazon. I don't really use any of the other brushes that I got. I'm gonna use some, but I don't really use a lot. Now I'm gonna go in with my Jeffree Star X Morphe JS3 brush. This is his contouring brush. I do like it on the cheeks. Sometimes you guys will see me use a different brush. I just like to experiment what I'm using with. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, contour those cheekbones. I'm gonna go and do this cheek. That's a good contour right there. And I really like using this brush because it really gets in that cheekbone. A good little tip that I learned, don't bring your contour all the way to your mouth because then your cheekbones are gonna look so big. Just do like right here. You're gonna find your cheekbone. I already know because there's kind of already like a little indent of my cheekbones. And you're gonna just do right there. That's it. So then I'm gonna go in with my forehead. Give it a nice little shadow. Make it seem like I've seen the sun one time this winter. But now it's raining outside, so you never know what you're gonna get with Ohio. One day it's gonna snow, the next day, like literally the next hour it's gonna sleet, then the next day it's gonna rain. Oh yeah, I'm from Ohio. I'm not gonna tell you the exact location, but I'm gonna represent my state. Just don't ask me what NFL team I like. They're doing better though. Y'all should guess. Well, you know what? They both suck, so. I hate my life sometimes. Okay. So now all I'm gonna do is, because I know all of you people out there are gonna be like, your nose is a little too crazy. Listen, Karen, I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in with my little buffer brush from Eco Tools. I have literally had this since freshman year, so like 8 years. I'm just gonna kind of buff this out so there's no harsh lines, you feel? Boom, it looks a little better, guys, right? I know it does. Whew, it's a little toasty. So now that I am done with the contouring of the face, I'm gonna go back in with my Magic Star Concealer. For those of you who do not know, I love this concealer so much because it smells like cotton candy. And it makes me think of UDF's cotton candy ice cream. I love UDF. That's such a Midwestern thing to say. I think it's an Ohio thing to say. I think Ohio just has UDFs. So freaking good. So I'm gonna go in with a lot of powder. I'm gonna just bake. Make sure that highlight comes out. I already put some on my eyelids. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it over my concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the bridge of my nose. Of course, my mustache area, I do. I do have a little bit of a mustache. Thanks, genetics. Literally, I'm pretty sure they cloned my dad. And here I am. I am my father's daughter because I'm literally exactly like him. Got a mustache like him. Got owls like him. Whew, buddy. Whew. I almost dropped my powder. I don't know if I can do these videos anymore. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my forehead, the bottoms of my cheeks to kind of bring out the contour, and my chin. These also are pretty much areas of my skin that do get oily. I mean, not my cheeks don't really get oily, but my T-zone is so oily, I'm pretty sure I could start a grease fire. You don't want to go ahead and just put up, you just kind of want to put it right there where the contour is, okay? Boom, and then I'm going to put some on my forehead. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do eyebrows. You know what? Okay, so I do have two of my favorite dip pomades out right now, but one's just a little bit darker than the other, but I do like using the lighter one because I feel like I have more control of it. I don't know. But so my second favorite is the Morphe Dip Pomade. It's pretty small, but I have it in chocolate mousse. But I really do like this. I got it with a eyebrow kit, and it comes with literally this. This is a different eyebrow pencil from it, but the Morphe eyebrow pencil. It comes with like a little gel that you can put over top of it too. It comes with a highlighter and a brush. Like, it was $15. This is why I love Morphe. but I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and use the OG. I think I just said go ahead and twice in one sentence. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Anastasia Dip Pomade. I have used this for quite a while now. I've bounced back and back to different eyebrow stuff. But we're not going to talk about that because like before 2 years ago, my eyebrows looked real bad, real rough. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with Ash Brown. It is a little bit lighter. I think I bought this when my hair wasn't black. When you guys get to know me, for those of you who do not know me on a regular basis, I dye my hair a lot. I have gone from blonde to my natural hair color to red to black, back to my natural hair color, back to blonde, back to my natural hair color, and here I am back again with black. Been black for about 2 years now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Dip Pomade just because I'm more comfortable with this. I really focus. My eyebrows, don't judge me. I just really gotta focus. I'm gonna go ahead and go with my JS7 Morphe Duo brush. I really like this because this gets so sharp that I can kind of make little lines for natural looking eyelashes, because my eyelashes, like towards the end, like towards the front part, they're super thin. Go ahead and go in. So I feel like I really need to tell you guys what I'm doing with my eyebrows, because I've asked people, hey, will you show me how to do your eyebrows? Dude, it's hard. I don't like talking. I don't like talking just because I don't want this one to look like this big, like it's from Texas, and I don't want this one to be looking all, you know, on fleek and everything. Like, I just need them to match. I need them to not be big, okay? I'm gonna go in with my Jeffree Star brush. Jeffree Star mirror. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of starting on the bottom part towards the front of my eyebrow. I like doing this just to make sure that, you know, they're gonna be sisters. They're not gonna be stepsisters, but they're gonna be sisters. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want them, you don't want one to look like, you know, like a cousin and then like your second cousin. You want them to match as best as you can. We're not all experts, especially me, but we're gonna try our dang hardest, okay? That's why I'm here to help you. So then I'm gonna go ahead, bring the bottom of it down just a tad. I don't really like it down too much, but this is the start. Sorry, I like to wipe a little bit off as we go by pushing my eyebrow up. I just heard a hiss and I feel like I'm going crazy. Could be a neighbor, I don't know. So that's the bottom part. I will go ahead and start with the top in a minute once I have this one done. So I'm gonna go ahead and reflect and see if they are looking pretty even. Right now they are for the most part. They are for the most part, and I'm very nervous. Very nervous. Okay, yeah, I think okay. Yeah, I'll just keep going with the eyebrows. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this eyebrow, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the arch of the eyebrow. You definitely want to follow the natural flow of your eyebrows. You don't want to be a little too crazy. You don't want to shave off your eyebrows. The new trend is the big, thickened eyebrows. So I wouldn't really say big because last time I did big, it was like, oh shoot, taking up all of her forehead. Okay. So now that I feel like my eyebrow shape is looking really good, I've done the arch, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this part of my eyebrow. I'm just gonna fill it in for the most part. I'm definitely going to keep this part open so it doesn't look like a huge brick. You want to make sure you don't want the brick eyebrows. I did that and it doesn't look flattering. I mean, you know what? Sometimes people make fun of your eyebrows because they're not natural, and it's like, you see this full face of makeup, I'm not trying to go for the natural look, I'm just trying to make sure that I have eyebrows because my eyebrows are very white compared to my hair. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this eyebrow. I want to make that arch, baby. This always is like the longer one. So like, you know how one eyebrow is looking really good, but it's like, okay, this one's kind of shorter than the other. This arch is always so, it's never ending. But you know what? They're sisters. They look alike. Okay, they're not twin sisters. They're not distant cousins. They're sisters. Okay. Just gonna fill this part in. Making sure I look good. I'm looking good. Okay, so off camera I am using like a little towel to like make sure the shape of this brush is looking very flat and very like sharp, because you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so what I'm gonna go and do now is I'm gonna blend out this bottom line that I have for my eyebrow. I'm just gonna blend it so there's no harsh line. Okay, so now that my brows are pretty much blended out, they don't have any harsh lines on them, I'm gonna go ahead and make those strokes of the fake little hairs. Okay. Grab some. Okay, so I went ahead, everything's done. Boom, boom. They're looking pretty good right now. So now that I have done that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Anastasia eyebrow gel. I can't even remember. I have soft brown that I don't think that they made as much shade colors as their dip pomades. I can't even remember. I've had this for a long time now, since they like literally brought it out, and it's been almost a whole year. It hasn't dried up or anything, but I couldn't even tell you what the expiration date is. 18 months, so we're good. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go over my eyebrows, because like I told you guys, my eyebrows are really thin. They're not thin, they're just light. So I want to go ahead and bring that out, the eyebrow look out. Okay. I'm getting tired. Okay, so now that I've done my eyebrows, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put on some eyeshadow. It's not gonna be anything crazy because I'm going to work and try to make those tips, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go in with my Tartelette in Bloom. I think this palette is kind of pricey, but I'm not gonna lie, I did buy this again with the Ulta sale page. Oh my goodness, I love the sale page just because this palette, I bought it for 50% off. Like, and then you have all these coupons you can use, all of your rewards points if you spend a lot like me. But I do like that page just because I get, you know, I wear natural colors a lot. When I was in the military, I constantly just wore neutral colors every day if I wore makeup, just because that is the military way. You cannot wear blues while fighting for this country. I mean, I get why they do that, but again, like, that's just their thing. You don't wear blues. You don't wear blue colors. Don't wear the whole freaking rainbow on your eyelid. You just go in with a subtle, natural looking color. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with the shade Flower Child. Sorry, my light is making this impossible to show you guys the colors. But Flower Child, I'm going to go in. I already set my primer, my concealer with powder. But I am going to go over this just to refresh it a little bit. I'm going to go in with my powder. I'm going to go ahead, dip in again, and do this eye. Okay. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go in, the first brush that I used with the Flower Child was JS6. It's just your basic little blending brush. I love Jeffree Star's brushes. I have both sets. I'm kind of obsessed. And I love Morphe brushes because they have such good quality and they're super affordable. I mean, you can probably buy e.l.f. brushes, but I just don't like the texture of the brushes. Morphe, again, Ulta sale page. I get brushes on there for half off. I'm kind of addicted to their sale page and get everything half off. So again, Morphe, gonna go in with their M504 brush. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Smarty Pants. This is just a good transition shade. I don't even really use a transition shade. I don't really use the transition shades. I just kind of like do what everybody does with a natural color. I'm gonna go in with the inner corner and just kind of bring it out. I guess that's a transition shade. I'm not a makeup artist. I would love to be a makeup artist, but I'm not really there yet. I don't know why this is looking so orange on me recently, but this is the first color. Okay, so now that is out. I like doing this just because it makes my eyes look bigger than what they really are. I feel like it makes them look bigger. Okay. I'm just kind of dusting off the powder too, because I don't want it to fall on my bake, which I probably should, you know, dust this off now that it's been sitting there for so long, but I like doing it after my brows and my eyeshadow, just because that's my process, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Jet Setter, this one right here. I'm just gonna go in and make it a little bit darker. I just like a shade darker. Looking like that. You can definitely see it on the monitor, but there's some patches of color and then there's not. I don't know what the nuts is going on. Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get because, listen, I'm just trying to make sure that I look cute enough. Sorry, there's like a whole entire shelf of palettes over there. And I'm just trying to make sure that I put my stuff back because I'm feeling a little crowded right now. Just a little crowded. Okay, so now that I've done my eyebrows, I like to go in. This is my JS1 brush. Get a little makeup under my nails. I just like to kind of puff this out, buff it out, buff it out, buff it out. Okay, so now that I buffed that out, I'm going to go in with my Butter Bronzer by, I can never remember, Physicians Formula. And then I take my little buffing brush that I showed you earlier. I'm going to put this all over the places that I didn't put concealer on. I'm just going to pat this in just to give me a nice little glow. Just so I don't look sick. I mean, I already look sick because I'm from Ohio. Okay. So now that I am done with my face almost, I am completely done. Sorry, I really have to get up close so I don't mess anything up. So I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. It's literally $1. I've been using this since I got into liquid eyeliner at like, I think 16. It really lasts on there. It doesn't, you know, stick to your eyelids. So like, you know, during the day when your eyelids are a little, you know, greasy, you know, you're sweating a lot, it doesn't transfer up here. It just all stays together. It's amazing. Okay, so basically what I have done is first I just put a straight line across my eyes, obviously, with the eyeliner, and then once it got to the end, I went ahead and just did like a little cat eye. Why did I just say cat eye? It's a winged eyeliner. I'm just really, like I said, I'm kind of nervous to do this because I'm like, what if people want to judge me? But you know what? A lot of people don't like me, so, and I don't even like myself, so welcome aboard, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do this with this. But please don't hate me because I really have to, like, this eye, I really have to bring it. I know I'm going to get wrinkles. Okay, so I kind of messed up. I kind of made it a little too thick and a little too long on this end. But you know what? It is what it is, guys. Okay, almost done with this look, I promise. So now, next, for the lashes, I'm not going to wear any fake eyelashes just because I'm going to work and I'm like sweating and I really don't care a whole lot what I look like. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some mascara on. So my sister's going to make fun of me because I use this. I've literally been using the same mascara since I was 12. I've been using the Lash Splash by CoverGirl since I started doing makeup. Not even like a pro, just like, oh, I'm 13. I can finally wear makeup now. My dad is going to have a cow, but I can do something a little subtle. Just pop this bad boy on, ready to go. I also did wear like eyeliner that was so atrocious. It was brown because my mom was like, you're too pale for black eyeliner. You're too pale for it. So she made me always wear brown. And it wasn't even like, you know, liquid eyeliner. It was a pencil. So you know how that already works? Literally would just smudge it on my eye. People are like, oh, I like your eyeshadow. I was like, that's disrespectful because it's eyeliner, but thanks. Boom, I'm looking alive. What in the world? I closed it. Alright, now that my eyes are completely done, put that down. I did accidentally get some mascara on my finger. It's a little too close to the applicator. Now that I am done with my eyes, I don't like to do my highlighter until afterwards, because like you saw, I kind of like to drag my finger. It's just like a force of habit. This one I can just get it on there pretty well and good, but like I said, I can't do it with this eye yet, just because it's not on my dominant side. So for the highlighter today, I'm going to use, I think it's Juvia's Place. This is what it looks like. It is called the Heroine. It's a loose highlighting powder, and I've seen people just like, oh, you need to try this, it's amazing. I have stuff in my nails, that's disgusting. But I've seen people are like, you really need to try this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I'll just try a highlighter. And let me tell you, you won't go back. So like I go in these phases of, oh, I really like Rihanna's highlighters. Oh, I like Jeffree Star's, which I really do. I really love his stuff. But let me tell you how luminous, is that a good word to use? Luminous this is. So I'm going to use my JS4 brush. This is just his little highlighting brush. There we go. I'm going to take all the powder that is on the lid of this, put it on this brush. There we go. I don't think you were ready for this. Like, bam! There is that highlighter. Whew, girl. Whew. Alright, you ready? Like, blinding. Freaking love this. I'm just patting this off because I don't want it to get everywhere. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, if you do like the whole setting powder, then highlighter, it's really gonna bring out like the little sprays. It's gonna bring it out and you're gonna be like, wow, that looks like crap. A little bit. Ooh. Ah. Looking so good. I'm feeling like the Grinch right now. Okay, so now that I've done that, I might touch up a little bit more because I love highlighters. Oh, well, still have like one more step to do. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Jeffree Star / Morphe. I'm really obsessed with Jeffree Star. You guys are really gonna learn throughout my videos. I love Jeffree Star just because his formulas are amazing. Obviously, his brushes are amazing. I also love Morphe just in general. But I love this because it smells like strawberries, and anybody who knows me knows I am obsessed with strawberries. But I do like this. I like Morphe setting powder anyways. But if I were to choose between just regular Morphe and this, I'm gonna choose this because of the scent. Let's just be real. I just bought more of this, and I hate running out because then I have to figure out what else I'm gonna use. I have so much other setting powders, but this is my go-to, okay? And it's like $16, but I know last time I saw Morphe was like running it for 2 for $22, so I might have to get some. I don't know. Guys, I'm obsessed, and my mom's gonna yell at me when she finds out how much money on makeup I spend. It's probably more like my dad, because he's gonna like, you spent way too much money on makeup. I could have a new car, but you know what? Let's just be real. I'm gonna roll up in my crappy little Cobalt wherever I go so I can buy makeup. Highlighter. Okay, so now that I've done that, my look is basically complete at this point. I do wear Burt's Bees oil, like lip oil. It's really good if you ever find it. It's kind of expensive though. Like, hold on, pause. I'm gonna find it. Okay, well I can't find it. So I probably put it in my apron, but it's like this big, and it's $8 for some lip oil, and it makes my lips feel amazing. but I hate that it's only $8. So I'm probably just gonna go in with my Shane Glosson. We'll see though. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the St. Ives lip scrub in Fresh Peach. I didn't know they had lip scrub, but that's amazing. All right. Just gonna scrub makeup away in the dead skin. Ugh. I don't really use this one. I use like, which one is it? The Passion Fruit. It's literally on my desk. I'm gonna take a little towel. Oh. I'm pretty sure it's safe to eat because it's sugar, but I'm not trying to eat. I'm not trying to eat this. So now that it is off, I'm gonna go in with my Shane Glosson, the gloss from Jeffree Star, of course, and Shane Dawson. I love Shane Dawson since I was like, I think 11, watching him on YouTube. Not gonna lie, love him. And then when I found out like he had this collab going on with Jeffree, I was like, okay, I really have to have it. My boyfriend, bless his soul, I talked about his palette for 6 months. Like, I was like, I can't wait to see what it looks like. I watched every episode that came out that week, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this, but I'm gonna wait till after Christmas. And then he tried to buy it, but then he had to have me help him, bless his soul. And then I got it. Long story short, my boyfriend supports my makeup addiction. But then he gets mad when I spend money on makeup. Okay. And then the best part about this, it smells like root beer. Because Shane Dawson loves Diet root beer. I mean, I do too. I love Diet Pops. Okay. So, this makeup look is complete. My hair is not done though, so sorry about schluck. I had to do my makeup, my hair, oops. And so, I can't get my other nose ring in, but I just put in the one that was freshly pierced. I've had this side done for a hot minute. But this is just my normal makeup look. I did put my ring light to like the lowest setting possible. I feel like my camera just was not doing it. But I definitely will be making more videos. I did just buy some fake eyelashes, my favorite fake eyelashes in the world. I do have a couple days off this week, thank God, because usually I only have like 1 day off. And then I also did buy some new mascara. My sister's gonna be like, holy crap, Ayla is actually going to be wearing something other than CoverGirl. And yes, shockingly enough, I am. But I do want to show more products definitely for you guys, just because I use more products than just what I use today. I have different face primers, different concealers. I mean, I don't really use the other concealers because I'm so bad at color matching myself. I have different setting powder, just a lot of different things that I use. So I really just want to show you guys, these are some really good products, especially definitely affordable products too. I know I have affordable like setting powders too. I mean, they're not my favorite, but they're very affordable for people that can't just splurge. You know, you may have kids or whatever is the situation, aka like my sister. I just give her whatever makeup I don't like that I get. But yeah, I definitely have more products. I did just buy a new palette that I really want to show you guys. It's definitely going to be a different kind of look, a different kind of vibe to it. It's all purples, and I'm definitely like a purple kind of person. It's always been like my favorite color. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys like it because I'm nervous. But I'll see you guys later.